Shut up and sit down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ken Frederick Podcast, episode 90, Wonder Woman movie review.
That scared me. I jumped a little bit. I was like, "Oh, what happened?" Broc had a brain aneurysm.
Don't worry, when you see the movie, you'll know why he's doing it 1,000 times.
Stop it.
All right, well, let me get back to this. So if you want to check us out on the interwebs, check us out at KFPodcast.com, at KF Podcast on Facebook, at Ken Frederick Podcast on the Twitter, and at Ken Frederick Podcast on Instagram and on YouTube. So we got Donald.
Hey.
Broc.
Hey.
Justin.
Yo.
Sharp Cheddar. And we got Lance Romance in the house tonight.
Hey there.
W balls. So we went and saw Wonder Woman, and we're back. And we didn't eat in between, so hopefully we're not as lethargic as the last
Justin
one.
ate.
Lance ate. I ate.
Oh.
We ate before the movie.
Lance had some Burger King.
I had Burger King.
There you go.
Had some sheets.
Some shits.
And now we're ready to talk Wonder Woman.
Yeah, so let's go around, and we're going to do a little quick
Non-spoiler
review. So
No spoilers this time.
We
Sharp
sound a
Cheddar.
little dead, don't we? Sound a little.
Yeah, we'll
little
liven
tired.
up here once we start getting some blood moving.
To the cheese.
It's been. We've had a little bit of a break too, so
A little bit.
Justin's been ready though.
He has.
So from all the DC movies, this is my favorite so far.
Lame.
Shut up, Ken. The cinematography for this movie was great. It was beautifully shot. It looked amazing. I want to know where they did the scenes for Themyscira because I want to go there and just live on the beach.
With a bunch of chicks.
I didn't even care if they're there. I just that island was amazing.
So you care if it's a bunch of dudes?
Whatever, I don't care. I just want to go to that island and hang out.
He wants to go to the place.
I just want to go to the place. It was amazing.
You just came out on I don't care who's there, chicks or dudes there, whatever. I'm taking all people in. Sorry, Sherry. Poor little guy. Go ahead, keep going.
It
She probably knew on some level.
Yeah.
it did slow down a little bit.
Down
for during the second act, but came back at the end. The action was really good. The fight scenes were well choreographed. I thought Gal Gadot nailed it. She displayed emotion in this movie, which she really didn't have. She didn't really have a need to in Batman v Superman, but she had the same emotion in every scene she was in that movie. This one, she had a wide range of emotion that I thought came across very well. I really, really enjoyed it. Next.
Broc.
I enjoyed it as well. My one critique was it was a little too effects heavy for me. Like the lasso was a little over the top at times, but it looked cool at least. I thought her acting was good as well. There was one scene where I thought it was a little high school play-esque whenever she was having an argument with Steve Trevor, but we'll talk about that later. But it was a little over the top. And other than that, I mean, the message was good. The action scenes were fantastic. It was paced fairly well. It was a little slow toward the middle, but it picked back up like Justin said. Overall, I was very pleased with the movie.
All right, Lance.
I too liked it. It was probably not my favorite DC movie, but it's definitely in the top 2 or 3. Fight scenes really good. The cinematography I think was really nice. I'm with Broc a little on the special effects, but for me it was there were too many slow-mo Matrix type.
Yeah, they got a
That was very heavy in it. Yeah.
And there were too many of those little lulls where you just see her pose and okay, this is a
You mean this face?
Yeah, this is a theater poster.
Yeah.
That sort of
She
thing.
made that face, which I didn't mind the face, but
No, not going to complain.
the story was good, and there's lots of eye candy. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Donald.
As you know, I think I've been a little bit hard on these movies lately. I'm trying to be a little bit more judgmental instead of just being overly excited about them like I was in the beginning. So I think it's not my favorite DC movie. I'm not a big fan of origin stories. Origin stories usually bore me because I know origins. I want to get to the.
You want to see how the story is.
I want to get to the big action movies and the different things, whatever. But this origin movie, I enjoyed Themyscira a lot. I thought it was done really well. I thought the Amazons were represented really well. Mm-hmm. I thought they were really cool. The way
Except they had 2 boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way they portrayed them and the way they were, and like you said, the island, all that stuff there. I like how they had it hidden and all that stuff. And so those aspects were cool. She impressed me as Wonder Woman. Like I said, I was a little hard on her before that her acting was going to be a little challenged, but she was actually pretty good. Chris Pine was okay. I thought some of the other side characters, I thought the villain were kind of weak. Not the best villains you could have in one of these movies, but all in all, I think it's a well done effort by DC to try and get their movies that had a lot of criticism before. There wasn't so much going on. This movie, they just focused on an origin. They didn't have to worry about tying in a bunch of other stuff. It felt like a mixture of the original Thor with like all the Asgard stuff and First Avenger.
Yeah,
With,
it was a mixture too.
It felt like a mixture of that, so it felt almost like a Marvel movie to me, except there wasn't the Marvel humor all through it.
There were a lot of other Marvel-esque parts to it.
Yeah,
we can go over later.
Yeah, I mean they tried with the humor in some of them, but the humor was okay.
It was lighthearted.
It was lighthearted.
It wasn't humorous.
Good enough for a DC attempt.
Yeah.
It wasn't, but overall, I thought it was enjoyable. A little too long, but enjoyable.
I didn't like the ending. I thought it was okay.
Which you can get into after you spoil it.
Yeah. Just want to get ready for that because there's really not much I can say on top of what you guys.
I mean,
said.
overall, did you like it?
It was okay. Like I feel.
Like everybody was saying, DC movie wise, where would you put it?
I actually liked Man of Steel and Dark Knight, or not Dark Knight, but Batman v Superman more than this one.
I would say this and Man of Steel were probably equal to me.
See, I liked
Batman v Superman just because it was the epicness of it, the characters all together.
I think I liked Man of Steel more than I liked Batman v Superman because of you finally get to see Superman fight someone on his own level.
No, yeah, I agree.
And this, to me, I didn't feel like. Just didn't feel the same. I don't know.
You're ready to get into the spoilers.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you kick us off with your
all right.
spoilers?
Well, first,
Hold
Justin.
on, Justin.
Spoilers.
Sorry, let's forgot.
All right.
That's part of these episodes.
I know.
So, the first thing I'll just get into was I don't even know where to start. So the villain bothered me a lot, and I hate the fact that
Which villain, though?
Ares.
Okay, because she had the German guy.
Who she thought was Ares.
That she thought was Ares, which of course wasn't, because everyone knew that wasn't going to be that easy.
Yeah.
And then you had, was it supposed to be a representation of Tio Maro, that created Red Tornado? Because her name was something Maro.
Maru.
Dr.
Maru.
Maru.
Oh, the chick?
Yeah.
Now, she's a current villain in a current Wonder Woman storyline, Dr. Maru. She goes by Dr. Poison, and she's like an organization. And just from reading Wonder Woman right now, I've seen her through there.
Okay, same. She's looked the same?
She's like, I don't think she has a disfigurement about her. I think they're really in the process of rebuilding her in Rebirth right now.
I actually kind of liked that character. I thought it was interesting that she was making all these. It's something different. Like it was something.
Yeah.
It fit the time period.
Yeah, exactly. The German guy didn't even matter, but
He was like someone who got
Ludendorff.
strong. And off
which
drugs.
of course the old hey, I'm taking this, snorting
Super
this.
Soldier Serum.
Yeah.
And how about how stupid he took it too, where he was just like, "Hey, this is an experimental drug." He's like, "Oh, I'll just breathe it right into my nose."
It's like he's doing coke in a 70s disco.
Okay. Like, you want to try that out on somebody else first? He's just like, "What's this do?" Oh, okay, that's what it does.
I also
Well,
like.
no, I mean, the first time that he did it, she's the one that cracked it
Oh, yeah,
open
she
for him.
sprayed it right into his
Yeah.
face. Yeah. It's like, you might want to test that out on a monkey or something first. Or
She's right. Studio 54, the Berlin edition.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he was kind of lame.
So I forget where it's going, but Ares bothered me like really bad. Like I don't know why you have to kill him off already. The way
They do
this,
that way too much.
But Ares is a god. He couldn't really not be dead. I mean, they've done that before in her comic where she's fought and destroyed Ares before, and he he is like immortal. So
Then why can't all the other gods come back?
while in the Wonder Woman book, they're around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's interacted with other gods.
So that, I don't know, that just kind of annoys
Zeus
me.
isn't really gone in the DC universe.
Yeah.
He's interacted with her before. So yeah, they could build more off that.
But I just don't want him to be dead. I like the fact that they kind of mentioned he was depowered, which that must have only apparently lasted for 15 minutes where he's depowered.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see him in future stuff, even with other Justice League bad guys.
Yeah.
You know.
Influence things.
Yeah.
So
Influence
we're gonna
things.
get next Cheetah. Who's
Yeah.
left?
Probably get
Giganta.
Cheetah. Cheetah isn't a bad story. I mean, it could be interesting. They'll probably do things more in the modern times.
Yeah.
And have her. If they do the Cheetah storyline that they're doing in Rebirth now, it would be good. Because the current storyline is her not being able to get back to Themyscira, and Cheetah's the only one that can somehow find a path back, and it's a whole thing with that. And Cheetah's controlled by this god, and that would be interesting for a movie if they followed some of that stuff.
So spoilers. Does anyone you can go next on? Do you have any spoilers? Review.
Spoilers. My favorite scene of the movie was when she took on the army in No Man's Land.
Yeah.
I liked.
Really good.
Yeah, that was great.
That was good. Again, maybe a little bit too much with the slow motion bullets and all that, but the deflecting of the stuff and how she inspired the other troops to fight. I like when she flew into that bunker and killed. I like that she was killing people. Like I like that they didn't worry about the whole. Well, I'm not like I can't kill anybody and the moral
Sanctity of
aspect.
life type thing.
She was she's a warrior. People were getting put on
Straight
their
up
ass. They
killing
were getting
people.
killed, and there was no like, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I'm a hero. What kind of hero are you? Because you kill people. All that nonsense.
Yeah.
She was just badass warrior in that scene, and you had looked like you had something you wanted to comment about there.
Yeah. Do you think that they did the slow mo for all the bullet scenes to show how she actually
fast she was
sees?
moving?
Yeah.
Could have been. I think so.
Because she was just starting to come into her power that she realized that she had.
Well, I think that's why they did the Amazons to show you how slow they were moving. Like when the Princess Bride, I don't know what her real name is, but Princess Bride.
Robin
Wright.
Robin Wright, when she jumped over those guys and shot the 3 arrows to them. I think
Yeah.
that was showing you how slow they're moving compared to her.
Yeah.
But I love the lasso. The lasso I thought was really done well. I always thought the lasso would be hard to pull off in a movie that would be cheap.
Because it's kind of it can be looked at kind of cheesy.
Well,
You know,
look, it had the same color lighting.
It was like Ghost
Yeah.
Rider.
Yeah.
You thought it
wrap-
was cheesy?
It reminded me of Spawn's cape.
I thought it was cool.
I liked it.
I liked how she was grabbing people with it and whipping them around, and I don't know, it looked neat. I mean, I liked it in Batman vs Superman. I liked it more here. It's a part of Wonder Woman. It's not like something. It's like taking Cap's shield away. And,
No, I get that she should have it.
I don't know
just
how
think
else you would do it.
Yeah. It's a hokey concept, anyways.
Well, Wonder Woman flew an invisible jet was a real hokey concept, and they said they're gonna try and get that in there
They need to.
somehow.
What?
In the next
they're talking
couple
about
of
it.
movies.
I don't know if
Bruce
they're
will
going
give it to her.
to like actually put it in, but they may reference it. Is the article that I
They
read.
should just have it in the background.
Yeah, the whole movie.
They-
it was in
and-
every scene in this movie.
Not to reference Rebirth again, but they touched on it. They're doing a past storyline of how she got off the island, and they did a thing where she's flying off with Steve Trevor and these people, and they take parts of Steve Trevor's plane and they use this metal that they have there, and it does it and it can't, to like regular human eyes, you can't see it, so it appears invisible. So she puts this like plane together, flies them off the island, and they crash, and then it like blows up, and that's the last they've mentioned the invisible jet. So that was kind of like a little homage to the invisible jet, which
It's
they
an
could.
invisible jet or an invisible glider.
It was a jet, just the outside of it, the metal they used to coat it was you couldn't see it.
So wouldn't we just be able to see all the stuff inside the?
I don't know. And the invisible jet is
mirror.
really dumb, but they did it. Do you remember old DC books where they tried to make it like a living presence?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember they did that where it like came out of her gauntlet and would turn into things? They went down that route. They did that, didn't they?
It was like a construct.
It was like a construct, and it
Yeah.
would turn into the jet or other constructs. Then they kind of got away from that. They were like,
Yeah.
"This is too Green Lantern-ish," so we'll move on to something different. But I don't know. That's my spoilers. Go ahead, something else.
Lance.
My spoilers. To me, it was like Don said. It was a blend of like the Cap and Thor. There were too many things like Lugendorf or whatever his name is was like the poor man's Red Skull.
Yeah, he was like important. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, the last battle scene with Ares, I'm like Magneto.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Telekinetic stuff.
Stuff. The way he actually formed his helmet. I mean,
Usually when they fight, they just fight like barbarians, but
Right.
they were going that was supposed to be magic, I guess.
Right.
I did enjoy how he made his suit and then he made the eye holes by burning the metal, and then I'm like, oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was cool.
I didn't like the actor. I thought that guy he's an
Lupin.
okay actor, but I thought he would turn into if you see Ares in the book, Ares is a big, huge dude.
Yeah.
With long dark hair, and then when he has his outfit on, he looks like a really cool warrior. Where this guy's it's just that weird old English guy.
That's another sort of Marvel tie-in to me. To me, they played Ares more like Mephisto.
Yes.
Than
Good
Ares,
point.
the god of war.
Yes.
But I think the point of this was that war happens in different reasons.
Yeah.
It's not just because someone, like they said, there's not one big bad guy. It's a whole host of things.
Now that's what pisses me off about this movie. They go through that route and it almost seemed like Ares is going to be a puppet master to do more war, and she can try to fight evil because she knows that maybe Ares is behind it, kind of a situation. And then he's like, oh, guess what? We're just going to fight anyways. I'm going to get on my weird metal lava suit, and then we're going to...
But he had that nihilistic thing where he's like, well, I just wanted everyone to get rid of humanity.
Yeah.
Start over.
But, I don't know, it bothers me that he's, as of now, looks like he's dead.
Yeah, because, Wonder Woman doesn't really have this big villains gallery to choose from.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go Flash and Batman, Superman, you can sit there and just name.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait for a movie they do these guys. When you do Wonder Woman, you go Cheetah, Ares. I don't know, who else.
Yeah.
You run out of villains.
You
But
just-
we'll
you
see.
gotta
Bring in Hades, but then
You could
he's
do
just
Artemis
like,
type stuff that they've done before with her.
Yeah.
The bad Amazons.
Yeah.
Ares was definitely underutilized. I did, however, like the way that they portrayed, the actor that they chose and the way they portrayed the character. I like that twist. The
twist was good.
That wasn't something that I was
I didn't see it
expecting
coming. Yeah.
until right when it happened. So I enjoyed that part of it. What else?
What else?
The way when she first leaves the island with Steve, her level of
Naivete?
that was the word I was looking for. Naivete.
good.
She just everything was a wonder to her. She wanted to hold the baby, and
I like that part. I like when she was like, "You can't come lay with me, and there's plenty of room." And he was
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna lay
They
with you.
did that well, because usually when they did the whole naive thing, the character comes across as stupid or
Yes.
childish. But
Yeah.
that didn't happen in this movie.
It
more
was
of
done
a-
really well.
Just naive, It
Yeah.
wasn't
And
stupid.
She was an innocent.
And
Yeah.
Chris
Yeah.
Pine's character didn't play the domineering guy that's the Captain Kirk type.
yeah.
I'll come in and get you.
Even though he was.
Although he
Kirk.
did,
Well, even though it was Captain Kirk.
he did end up in the bedroom. So.
Yeah, we don't know what happened there though.
They played double dutch.
Well, I like that she read a book about
12 books about
and
about
everything.
pleasure.
Yeah. 12
That was
volumes
funny.
of...
That was funny.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And they found, basically, at the end of it, you realize that men are useless.
And that they don't need. That was the whole
Yeah.
touch of the lesbian thing.
Yeah.
We sort of realized we don't need men.
Just to reproduce.
So maybe you need to look for Themyscira on the Isle of Lesbos.
How about you, Brock? What other things?
I think everything's pretty much been touched upon. I think
Touch
we-
it again.
Touch it again.
Caress it.
Caress it.
It was the villain. I liked him. I'm disappointed they killed him off like Ken, because where do you go from there? He'd be kind of cool to have in a future Justice League movie or something like that.
Like I said, I still think he could pop back
He could
up.
come back. I'm sure maybe they'll bring Hades in, and then all those guys will be in the underworld.
They could do
somewhere.
something like that. I mean, it could
'Cause
always.
he's been in the comics recently. It was definitely a new 52 Wonder Woman, though.
Which I enjoy.
Yeah, there was aspects of that. And well, like I said, there's also a lot of rebirth little aspects in there too. That things that they threw in.
Which makes me think that DC's actually getting it right, where there's comic books to back up the storylines of the movie, so you can go read more about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you watched Wonder Woman and you really liked what she was, I mean, she wears almost the same outfit now in the books. She does the swords and the shields a lot more than she had. I mean, it's very similar. You can at least pick it up and go in there and go, oh, I'll read this. This looks
It's
like
not
what I
like the
saw.
Marvel efforts
Not like the
really.
Marvel where you go,
Oh, don't
That's
get
whole
us
other
started.
podcast.
Yeah.
I got to start on that one.
But
one more thing for that. The soundtrack. Minimalistic soundtrack. It's like
Yeah.
totally opposite of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but
it was all like
excellent.
scores and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it was
Yeah,
good.
But
It was
even
all
then,
the-
if you looked at the movie credits in the back, there were like 5.
Brock, do the music again.
now is that a play off some of her old music or something?
I have no idea.
That's what they came up with when they introduced her in Batman
Batman
vs
v
Superman.
Every time she came
Hers
up
is
to-
my favorite theme.
It's good.
Ugh.
Yeah, because they had like the Batman theme, the Superman one that they do, and then that's hers that plays when she's around.
But I can't wait to hear what they do for the other characters because they're all going to have their own.
They're gonna play Dothraki music for Aquaman. They're gonna play Dead Mouse for Cyborg.
Dead.
Yeah, he's electronic. Beep boop beep boop beep.
What are they gonna play for Flash?
Nothing.
It's too
Sons
fast.
of Sun
Speed metal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Yakov Smirnoff.
So were you guys disappointed that there was no like Justice League build?
A little
in this
bit.
movie?
Yeah, I wouldn't hurt this whole story. I wish she would have been telling to Bruce Wayne.
But
Well,
I
she
think that was
was.
implied that she was reliving everything through the photographs that he gave her.
I think this movie, if DC could have got it right, but they were a little behind the 8 ball, this movie should have came out first.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Man of Steel should have came out, then this movie should have came out,
Definitely.
and then right into, and then it would have made much more sense her appearance here,
Yeah.
and all
Well-
that, because Batman vs Superman's the lead into Justice League. This movie doesn't do any of that because you already got the lead into it.
Yeah.
They're left going, we got to get a team together, and that's what they're doing in the next movie.
Yeah.
That's true. The only reference was the actual the pre-credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Her looking at the picture that Bruce sent her.
yeah, and that takes place after Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because she got the
'Cause-
picture back from
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean it doesn't happen before? It's before they.
Amanda Waller gave it to him.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah, he got the little photos.
So
But yeah, this movie, if they could have planned things better, should have had Man of Steel, this movie, maybe a solo Batman, and then had them together or
oh,
something.
don't forget, we have Suicide Squad in there too.
Yeah.
Well, like I've said before,
actually-
that movie doesn't fit anywhere.
Well, the post-credit scene kind of put them together a little
Yeah, I had
bit.
to sit through 2 hours just to get that post credits.
Well,
And
it's,
I've
you know,
watched it now 2 more times since then, and I still just have so
I still
many
haven't
problems
seen
with
it again.
that movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it again.
I'm just happy that we're finally getting a female-led superhero movie after all these years. Took how long?
I know. And DC was well. DC should have been the first one to do it.
Should have been the first. Wonder Woman's
Yeah.
the original.
Yeah.
Why it took this long to begin with? Well, we know why, because DC had so many
It's
things.
all Batman.
Well, and they've had, I think, at least 2 Wonder Woman scripts that have been written. In
They've had
movies-
actresses that too.
Yeah, movies in pre-production, and then they get
TV series.
TV series that got canceled.
Yeah.
What was the one they had the chick from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? She was going to
Yeah.
be Wonder Woman in a TV show,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that got canceled.
Joss Whedon wrote a script for Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Oh, F. Josh Whedon.
Hey, he can't. You heard what's going on with him, right?
He's doing a Batgirl movie.
No,
No,
he
he has to
came
take
in
over
for
to save
Zack
Justice
Yeah, Zack Snyder.
Snyder.
Zach
Zack-
Galifianakis.
Zack. I always get Zack Snyder and Scott Snyder, who writes Batman, confused. Zack Snyder's because his really
sister?
horrible. No, his 14-year-old daughter committed suicide,
Yeah.
which was terrible. And Josh Whedon came in to finish the movie for him. So, people were like, some people were like, "This is going to be good." Other people were like, "He's going to fix it." Because the movie sucks. Other people were like, he's going to ruin it, on purpose.
I don't think
No,
that would happen.
First off, I don't even think
The
that
movie's
they-
already done.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was just some final edits, and I think they did decide to shoot. There was a couple other things that they're adding, but they were planned before Snyder departed. So
Yeah.
Whedon's just coming in to direct the scenes.
Yeah, to clean up some stuff.
So
Yeah.
He's professional.
yeah, and he's invested. He's producing. He's producing, and probably going to direct the Batgirl movie too.
Yeah.
So he's going to be invested
Jumping
in this
in on the
universe.
DC universe
Yeah.
now.
Well, it's because they're mad that Coulson's still alive. He's butthurt for Marvel.
He's still upset about Coulson being alive,
Yeah.
huh?
Yep, pretty much.
Well, what else do we have to say about this film? Anything?
And I don't have anything
Does this
else.
movie make you excited for Justice League more, or
No.
you're about the same?
Not the same.
You're not looking forward to Justice League.
I'll read it. I'll watch it.
I'll read it.
Here's what it feels like to me, and I say this every time when we do a movie. I have the same excitement for this. Like I'd read a Justice League miniseries. I'd be like,
But you're not a
okay,
big Justice League fan.
I'm not a big DC guy now.
Yeah.
I'm a big guy. But
to
not a
me
big
personally,
DC fan.
it made me more excited for it, seeing more of Wonder Woman. I'm looking forward to seeing more of her. Sounds creepy.
For me, I don't know if it made me any more excited for Justice League because I'm already pretty excited for Justice League.
I saw the table rise.
But I am more interested in seeing a lot more of her character. I really
He
hope.
cleaned it up by saying her character, unlike me, who just said I want to see more of her.
I want to see the interaction of her and Bruce working together to find Flash and Aquaman and Cyborg. I want to see their interaction and see that develop.
Yeah, it'll be good. All right,
DC should have cameos of Plastic Man throughout all their movies and just paint different things red and white.
So that's their stand.
Their Stanley.
Yeah.
Nah, that would be good. They should have a character that reoccurs in everything.
But you can just paint. You don't need to cast anybody. You
Yeah.
just have a car that's
Painted like Plastic Man. Yeah.
Well,
And then
Instead of
street light.
thinking of the actual podcast, my brain goes, Plastic Man should be every DC.
Someone is flying a kite and it looks like Plastic
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
a
a
manhole
moped.
cover, a
Yeah,
moped,
yeah.
a
Just-
building. That's a whole building. It's Plastic Man.
Well, or he's a tablecloth in the dance scene.
Yeah.
She pulls out a sword and it's like, and then she throws it. And then
What is this?
that's stupid.
Speaking of the sword, I'm disappointed that the sword was destroyed.
You know what? I expected more from the Sword of Omens. And
She
it
has
was a little
another
disappointing.
one that later on, so there must be multiple swords.
It was just a prop. She's the actual weapon.
Because you're just upset because you watched the video about how sharp her sword is.
I did.
And you were all excited about
To
it.
the defense of the sword, it can be as sharp as it wants to be. He melted it in the palm of his hand when she
did.
was stabbing him.
Yeah.
So basically, all he did was heat it up, and then the metal heated, and then
did.
it melted. Like, yeah.
Didn't work.
So how's it supposed to compare to like the Sword of Damocles?
It's according to there's one panel in, and I'll go back and watch the video.
I'd also like to
can't
go back
remember.
to, if you're just going to defend it based on one panel in one comic book, there's also a panel in a comic book where Squirrel Girl defeats Galactus. So
Exactly.
you're
All I'm saying is that in the panel they describe the sword as being sharp enough to carve electrons away from their atoms. And so I watched on Nerdist.com, I watched one of those Because Science videos on how her sword is the sharpest object in the universe. Mm-hmm. So
not sharper than your wit.
Well, if it's that sharp, like I said, when she had it down the back of her dress, she'd have been slicing up her ass cheeks.
Oh yeah, everything. would
There's a
have been-
meme going around on Facebook, and I have to try and find a picture now where it shows Wonder Woman like cartoon with that dress on, and then it shows you her naked and the sword's between her ass cheeks. They're like, because
that's how the sword is staying in place.
That's how because how else did it stay in place? Like the way it had on that backless dress. I mean, come
Well, I
on.
swear in the one scene when she turns, it's cockeyed.
It
They're like,
was.
we
It was a
fix
little
it.
cockeyed, yeah.
like, no one's gonna be like, that bitch has got a big sword in the back of her dress.
She carried that big sword down the back of her dress, sticking out her ass. All right, time for ratings.
All right,
Let's do it.
Brock, nondescript baseball hats.
I'll give it a 4. It was enjoyable. I liked it. I want to see more.
Cheese wheels.
Let's put some more.
I will concur 4 cheese wheels.
Concur. Bald Ebony, or do you want to go last?
I don't care. I'll go first. I'm gonna go 4-2.
4-2, so 6.
4-2. 6. I'm gonna go 6. 4 Ivory. 4 60% Italian, 50% Middle Eastern, 10% Jewish, Eastern European heads.
You're gonna make Sal very upset about this.
Poor Sal.
Ebony bald heads.
Ebony bald heads. We'll go with 4.
All right.
I'm going with 3 bandanas.
There you go.
Just to be different.
No,
Hey, it's an honest rating. It's fine.
It's pretty much how I think I grade every movie is 3.
It's fine. You're always around 3.5. You're like my father. You just don't really like anything all that much.
Hey, well, hey, why don't you guys go put poop in your shoes?
Hey, 3 out of 5 is still fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's good.
Fresh. That's on the tongue.
Wow.
All right.
All right.
Good. Go check it out. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, please like, share, subscribe, invite, comment on our shit. Say what you want to say. There you go.
Say what you need.
Later.
Later.